Yeah, so I think you bring up a good point, JK, with the season being as is and there being a lot of unknowns, and we only know what we've seen up to the certain point, right? I think that's a good question for what we want to discuss. Who do you guys think would be MVP as of the given date of games played?
Go for it. I
Oh,
want to hear JK say it. Say it, JK. Say it. Say it. Say it.
given the way that the season has ended so
Wait.
far,
I'm gonna pause you beforehand. Tell us who you think it's gonna be and who it should be. That's the two. That's the two.
I think it's gonna be LeBron because he's been the most hyped player this season, and basically, he the hype has always been around the Lakers. They're number one in the West. Uh, they're the second best team in the league. So it makes sense for the league to give him the trophy, and especially with the turnaround that the Lakers had over last season to this season. And I don't think that happens without him.
Music to my ears.
Yo, let me go
Abs-
next.
JK, who should it be? Who should it be? Not.
Honestly, it's between him and Giannis, and Giannis hasn't done anything differently than he did last season, which he was MVP. But at the same time, I like to see my MVPs grow as a player, and it's just you compare last season to this season. Maybe if the Bucks were fighting for 70 wins or something, maybe you can put Giannis in that discussion. But I don't see anything different between the Bucks last season and this season, where I can see the Lakers have grown enormous amounts between the two seasons.
All right. I feel you. Arash, what do you think?
Let me hear Pete first, because I'm actually going to blow this whole thing up if I think he's going to say who I think he's going to say.
So I love everything JK said, but unfortunately, I have to go with the exact opposite of what you said. Ideally, I think LeBron should get it, but I think Giannis is going to take it. The problem being all the hype, all the conversations before all of this stuff went down was about Giannis versus LeBron, and they're saying, no, Giannis has got this. The team itself had a better overall record, and everything was going in their favor. However, towards that last weekend, coming out of the weekend, the Lakers beat the top two teams that were being in the news, the Clippers and the Bucks. So I think he made a point for himself to become the leader for the MVP race. Unfortunately, I think we're going to get into the problem of not enough games played post that conversation. So Lakers could have gone on another 7-8 game run. I think LeBron was slowly stealing away the MVP race from Giannis, but with where they were and where they are right now, I think Giannis had it, and he's going to miss out on an opportunity without any more games to steal it.
Who won last year MVP?
Giannis.
Right? And we've had a back-to-back MVP many times before, right?
Yep.
I know Steve Nash, either he did back-to-back or he had a year in between.
LeBron
so this
did
is
it too, I think.
Who did? LeBron?
Yeah,
Yep.
he had a few.
I think repeats not been done many times. So this is the question that comes down, right? The way I like to look at it is the way I see MVP. If you remove that player from that team, now where is that team, right? Because that guy is the most valuable player to his team. And so, if you remove LeBron from the Lakers, and, the Lakers were playing without Kobe and LeBron for a while, and they were sucking, right? So maybe LeBron's the MVP because maybe the Lakers tanked, but now the Lakers are a lot better than they used to be. AD is a big contributor. Kuz is not bad. He helps. But I think if you remove Giannis, that team tanks. They go from the number one powerhouse.
That's not true. They've been blowing out teams even when Giannis isn't on the floor. Even when Giannis
They're good. No, I mean, they're good. They have Middleton. They have some good pieces. I like their team.
So Arash is kind of right, because with Giannis out of the game, or with him in the game, let's say, with Giannis in the game, per 100 possessions, the opposing team scores 10 less points per game.
The opposing team scores 10 less points when he's out of the game?
With him in the game, they score 10 points less per 100 possessions.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And that just shows you his defensive presence, right? That's not even factoring in his offensive presence.
Correct.
I think offensively that number isn't as high. Like the number on offense without LeBron is much higher. Like taking LeBron off that team, Lakers do way worse than Milwaukee does when Giannis is on the floor. Because they're also playing harder teams, and then the West, right? They're playing the harder teams more often, right? So that's also the reason. But go ahead. Sorry, just want to jump in.
No, I mean that's how I normally look at MVP. If you remove this guy from this team, where is that team without him, right? For the longest time, like James Harden was missing out on MVPs, and like I hate James Harden, so I'm happy with him not winning it. But like I realize that, dude, if you remove James Harden from the Rockets, that team is not number 3, number 4 in the West anymore. Like that team tanks. And so for many years, I thought he should be winning MVP. For many years, I thought Kobe should be winning MVP because Kobe was literally the only reason that team was barely getting into the playoffs, or maybe they were already a playoff team, but he was taking them to the top of the West rather than somewhere towards the bottom of the West. If you look at their numbers, right, Giannis plays almost 5 minutes less than LeBron, but he scores more points, more rebounds, and more blocks, right? Assists and steals are the only categories that he's under LeBron. And so Giannis not only statistically looks to be better, but I think if you remove Giannis, the Bucks aren't the Bucks. They're not number 1 in the East. If you remove LeBron, sure, maybe Lakers aren't number 1 in the West anymore, but they're still in the playoffs and they're still a team to be reckoned with.
So wait, who's your MVP and who should it be? What do you think it is?
I think LeBron wins MVP. And I think Giannis winning it last year actually hurts him a little bit, but I think I would give it to Giannis.
So dating back to 2000, how many players do you think have gotten back to back?
Yeah, that's a good question because I know it's been done.
3 or 4. I can name
back to 2000. You say
since 2000.
20 years.
LeBron did it twice.
Tim
Duncan did it twice.
Steve
Tim
Nash,
Duncan,
Steph Curry.
Steve Nash, and Steph Curry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. 5 people. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's
So
sick.
I
Get those
honestly, I feel like it happens more often than you think it does. Rush.
Yeah.
5 in 20 years. Yeah, that's pretty considerate.
That's
considerable.
10 years
Right.
worth of MVPs.
But
Minimum, yeah.
He's also the type of player that I absolutely can see doing it too. It's not like he's
Giannis.
just playing all right numbers. Like he's killing it.
Right. The unfortunate thing is, I think the people who vote on it normally go for whoever's the hottest team. Whoever's the best player on the hottest team gets their vote, right? Like last year, the Bucks being the number 1 seed by a long shot in the East made him the clear favorite. And again, I think the Bucks are like way ahead in the season.
They're 4 games above the Lakers.
Above the Lakers, right? But they're in different conferences. How much ahead are they than the number 2 seed in the East? Milwaukee.
Milwaukee
7
is
games.
7 games because Toronto's at
Or
40.
6.5 games,
Yeah.
technically.
Okay, so that's not that much, right? Because I remember last year they were like way ahead of number 2 seed.
Yeah.
They had a crazy record.
So let me give you a couple quick stats, which actually don't play in favor of either of you two, but they play both sides.
Before you do it, can I give my pick real quick so then I can look stupid with them or not with them?
Yeah.
You look smart or stupid. All right. So I think LeBron should win it. Giannis is gonna win it because if you look at the advanced statistics or whatever, the win shares, because I think that's a big part of this is win shares. How much is your team winning? They're almost identical at 11.1 and 11.04. Their defensive real plus minus is 2.5 versus 2.3. Everything is pretty much the same. Only LeBron's played 3 more games on 4 more minutes. But I think the difference is Giannis is the hotter name right now, and the team is slightly better. But I think it should be LeBron because, look, you're playing a harder conference, and your team does way worse without you. With that little stretch that LeBron was out, that team struggled. They won games, but they struggled. Versus Giannis, they bench Giannis in the 4th because they're up so much anyway.
So perfect transition. Let me drop the stats. So the Bucks without Giannis this season are 5-0. They shoot 51%, 43.7 from 3-point range, 82% free throws. They score about 125 a game with a differential of about 17. but the teams that they're also playing are 99 and 167, so they have like a 37% winning rate. So yes, they're winning without him, but they're also playing crappier teams. So
Yeah.
it's to both sides of what you guys have been saying.
Well, maybe that's smart coaching, right? Maybe they're resting him against shitty opponents, and it's working, right? They're 5-0 without him. Do you know what the record is with LeBron sitting? Because I know he sat a decent amount this season. You see him like with a suit jacket on every now and then on the sidelines, but I bet they're not undefeated. And I bet he sat more than 5 games. Giannis obviously is like 25, and LeBron is what? He's like in his 30s already, 32.
Yeah, should just retire already.
He's probably getting there. I actually wonder like if he's trying to hold out to see if his son makes the league, and then they do like a year of overlap. But I think his son is like still like in high school.
His son's like 14 years old.
Yeah, so he's
So
got to
that's
wait
a minimum
another, like,
of like 5
5
years.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's got 5 more years.
It's gonna be. They're probably gonna let high school kids play, like right out the gate again.
That would help. Yeah, his odds of being able to overlap.
It'll be about 3 years because this season's pretty much done. All right.
My vote is Giannis for MVP. I think
LeBron's 35, not 32. So he give me 40 when Bronny comes out.
I mean 40's been done, right? Isn't Vince Carter right now 40?
I mean,
It's not a little, huh?
It's doable.
It's doable by LeBron because he is like one of those like specimen type athletes.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Compliment from JK today on LeBron is like really weird.
I literally like my mouth feels weird. I'm gonna have to like put a bar of soap in there. Like I don't know. I just don't like the things that are coming out of my mouth right now.
Interesting. So we got a split here, right? We've got Arash and JK with LeBron. We got me and Gogo with Giannis. So we'll see where it
Who
goes.
would like the flip of who it should be and who it's gonna be? That's
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes.